keep saying it enough. I think back on those horrible days between Ron and this big gap where we had no music and struggled, and all of a sudden these two very large angels appeared from the west, you know. And now, oh, wow, what a blessing. So thank you once more. Jokes aside, of course, this is serious business. In fact, let me let you know from the start that these two gentlemen have recently returned from the UK, and they were there on a special secret mission. They were there to meet up with the Potts brothers and pin them down to when they're coming back. So we will put this on our schedule on our website that the Potts brothers will be back January 28th and a return engagement on February 18th. So are we not blessed? I mean, that's incredible. And this time we're going to make little name tags because you can't tell them apart. So that's something really fabulous to look forward to. So all jokes aside now, I'm going to talk about, well, gratefulness, actually. It's not something we're all good with. And sometimes as we go along on our path, dueling with dragons and dancing with the stars and everything else life brings us, we forget why we're actually here to begin with. And I know some of you haven't really quite pinned down why you're here. You're still struggling. Do you really understand why you as an individual are here? What brought you to this point here in time? And why did you have all those wild and crazy adventures up till now? And I know I'm sitting here looking at some very angelic, sweet-looking faces. But then at the same time, I'm seeing this little pixie on the shoulder that's ready to rat you out all your wild adventures. So I'm going to talk to you about something a little unusual today, something you probably take for granted every day, and I think most of us do, and something that's actually probably staring up at you right now, and something that you've probably never shown true appreciation or gratitude for. Okay, so everybody, look down, yes, look down on the floor, right in front of you. No, I didn't plant lotto tickets there for you to scoop up. So what do you see? Two of your most precious lifetime friends staring right back at you. No, not the little people, not the little folk, the fairies. I'll save those for another discussion another day. I'm talking about your feet. Yes, your feet. Look at them. And I am assuming you have too, because I didn't see anybody coming in with a peg leg or anything like that, but just going with that assumption that we all have those two beneath us, look at them. Look at them closely, even if you have to put them up in front of you. And I'm not going to ask you to take your shoes and socks off that thoroughly to examine them. But some ladies might have a shoe on that you can kind of tip off and look at. Wiggle them around a little bit if you want, if you're able to. And listen to what they have done for you in your lifetime. Way back when, long time ago, they started as tiny little newborn feet. Some of them were pressed into ink, possibly, to formally begin your lifetime journey, your new identity. Some people had the birth certificates where the little feet They used the little feet. I'm not going to say how old those people are, those people over there, but no, they did that. But it was the start of your soul's journey this time around. They toddled, they fell, and then they became more sturdy, more steady, and the race was on. The lifetime of carrying you about on your precious life's path, and who knew at that point where those two little feet would take you. So back to staring at your feet. They're really not that attractive, are they? Who would imagine what they have done for you along the way? And they've seen everything. They've been staring up at you all these years. They carried you forward from your first toddling days to where you are now. Like Dr. Seuss said, oh, the places you'll go. They've led you down paths you may have realized later that you had no business stepping forward on. They led you along paths of distinction, graduations, celebrations, possibly up to a podium to accept some form of praise or accolade, possibly to speak before crowds of people, possibly to speak before a crowd of other alcoholics or drug users, or up to the aisle to your wedding celebration. Bottom line, these feet have carried you for many years, and they have served you well. Well, I'm going to tell you, my feet are tired. My feet have seen better days. As much as I pamper them, your feet take a lot of abuse. My feet have taken me through many years of wearing combat boots and then changing the next day into high heels. They've led me on a lot of miles of running through all kinds of weather. I've walked beautiful, timeless beaches all over the world. But I have also stepped over the bodies with these tired and sad feet at times. But the bliss and enjoyment they have brought to me, oh, the places you'll see. So, I am so very grateful to these two worn and tired feet that have supported me in so many ways. They walked the floors, patting infants many a dark and lonely night, but then they carried me many beautiful sunny days to the top of the Acropolis, up the hundreds of steps to the crumbling but humbling Parthenon in Athens. I've walked the streets of Monaco, Rome, Istanbul, Cairo, Tel Aviv, Riyadh with these feet. How blessed and grateful I have been to have these beautiful feet. They have helped me make my memories. They have kept me up, kept me strong in the times I truly needed their balance and steadiness. Listening to taps at my husband's memorial service right out there in the front yard 13 years ago. But then they allowed me to move up the aisle toward my current husband 10 years ago. As one of the most notable literary women of the times once said, after all, tomorrow is another day. Scarlett O'Hara, of course. A little trivia, but so appropriate. So pay attention, not just to your feet, but to everyone else around you too, on their journey, on their feet. Life is rough, so be nice. Like we know, everyone's fighting their own battle. Look around you. feet. We've all been there. We've all been places. Life can be so hard sometimes, so hectic, so drama-filled, so crazy. But don't let it consume you or take over your thoughts or actions in a bad or sad way. Be grateful for what you have. Back to gratitude. For what you have had in this lifetime. So look down. Where are they going to carry you next? Are you preparing for the next hurdle, the next battle, or about to celebrate one of life's pleasures? Either way, your feet are going to take you there. So this might sound like something really weird or strange to talk about on a Sunday morning service, but it's a spiritualist church and we're open to just about everything. But it's not really about feet. It's about being grateful. If we don't feel grateful for what we already have and what we were blessed with, then what makes us think we'll be happy with even more? People are always wanting. I know you've seen the commercials with Miss Moore, the Morgan & Morgan commercial. More, 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 more. It's really awful, I know. You get tired of seeing it, but whatever. So are you reaching out for more good to come to you in this lifetime? I hope so. Let your feet lead you in a blessed and positive direction. You do have a path ahead of you. And yes, there's going to be bumps. There's going to be some twisting turns, and there's going to be some scary parts. Dark, creepy parts at times. But look forward ahead of you on the path. You're always facing into that radiant light. So walk along in your bare feet sometime, the soft, cool grounding of the earth. Look ahead, far down the path. Some of us, it's not so far. Do you see the light? Do you see what I'm seeing? What awaits all of us that care to seek that light? They are all ahead of us on this path of light. Those that have crossed the bridge and await us on the other side. Spirit has guided us to this point and shown us a little glimpse of the other side and promises that you will get there someday. And when you get there and you're about to enter the door, the way to those that we have never forgotten, leave those tired but true friends of yours at the door because you're not going to need them anymore. But remember that they have carried you home. God bless you, and this is all brought to you with the blessings of peace and prosperity and abundance of love from Spirit. So thank you for listening to that little story today. Oh.